Hello and welcome to Let's Play Project Zomboid episode 22. Joining Special Agent Fox Mulder on his 28th day of survival. We've almost made it to the 1 month mark. We're in the process of packing up everything in my old base in the suburbs and moving it on over to the new base in the woods. In the cabin in the woods. Hell yeah. I'm excited about living in the new base because the suburban house, while kind of adequate, leaves a lot to be desired. So I'm going to eat the rest of the soup that I cooked yesterday. And stash the empty cooking pot in my bag. So today, for efficiency's sake, I'm going to literally pack up the entire space of my backpack and the trunk of the Jeep to maximize the amount of stuff that I'm taking on each of these runs. So I have a little less than 6 encumbrance left for the Jeep. So I'm going to go ahead and grab some stuff here. I'm going to grab a board and 2 of these empty cooking pots. Pour the water out of them first. Grab one of these boards, and then in my backpack... No, my backpack is actually full to capacity. Alright, I'm just going to stash this stuff in the back of the Jeep, and then we'll be on our way. Let's head on over to the new base. I'm not going to make any stops, I'm just going to drive straight there. I might decide to kill some biters if it turns out there's a ton of them blocking the road or something. But otherwise, we're just going to head on over. And then after I unload the Jeep, After I unload the Jeep, I'm going to do a little bit of riverside exploration. Yeah, there's kind of a lot of them here. I noticed that the Jeep is pulling to the right a little bit. I think one of the tires might be more flat on the right side, causing that. Oh, 3 of them. Right in the driveway to the new base. We're gonna have to deal with that. Looks like these biters want to tangle. Go ahead and shout to draw more out if there are any hiding. Yeah. Hear one getting ready to bust out a window in here. Oh, I forgot that there are crates in here. I'm not sure if I should leave the crates in the garage building or take them to the cabin so that I can have even more cratage inside the cabin. Kind of leaning towards just leaving them in the cabin, or leaving them in the garage rather, because they'll provide some nice storage space in the garage itself. Alright, I'm going to go inside the cabin and unload all my stuff. Place a cooking pot by my water collection. I've got this plank. Add it to my pile of planks out in the yard. And we've got a bunch of dry food type stuff, but not the heavy stuff. Pancake mix, peanut butter, peanuts, pepper, Plonkies, which are the Project Zomboid version of Twinkies, red licorice, salt, mustard, marmalade, marinara, baking soda, tortilla chips, tea bags. I like to store herbs that I find out scavenging or out foraging in the fridge, even though it doesn't matter whether you refrigerate them or not. I just like to do that for preference reasons. 3 bags of sugar go in the dry food cabinet. Soy sauce. Got this black sage that I found that's going to go in the fridge. I'm going to go upstairs and stash my drug type stuff in the bathroom up here. We have a lot of adhesive bandages. Antibiotics, beta blockers, painkillers, I think in the other cabinet I'm going to store the soap and the razor and the toilet paper. Sleeping tablets go in the drug cabinet. Okay. The drug cabin also has a bunch of weapons in it from the previous owners of this cabin. There's a spiked baseball bat. It's damaged, but I figure I might as well use it to dispatch some Zeds. In the other cabinet I have some bath towels and a plunger, which are completely useless. The bath towel and the plunger, that is. So I'm going to dispose of those. metal pipe and the metal bar I'm going to stash out here on the porch, along with my other metalworking, random metalworking stuff that I have out here. And I got this hammer as well. Bath towel and the plunger get disposed of on a zombie. Heading over to the Jeep, I'm going to grab a load of stuff. So I have an empty gas can. I'm going to add it to my gas can farm. I've got another crowbar, another plank. Add it to the plank collection. Oh, somebody came to say hi. Heading back inside, I've got this sheet that I want to hang up on this back door, so I'll just add the sheet to the back door and close the sheet. The crowbar, we have a full condition spiked baseball bat and a crowbar that I found out somewhere. Stash both of those in the weapon crate, along with the nightstick and the ball peen hammer and the other hammer. Eventually that weapon closet is going to get organized into different crates and stuff. Take another load of junk out of the Jeep. We've got 2 empty cooking pots, which I'll place in my water storage area, water collection area. And then we got a bunch of food, which I'm going to quickly and efficiently store away. We got dry stuff, chips, chocolate, and coffee. Got a can of chili that's going to go on the shelf, a can of spaghetti bolognese on the shelf, and then some other cans which are going to go in the can cabinet. The canbinet. Been jogging around to save time, and now I'm exerted a little bit, but it's not the biggest deal because I'm at the base in friendly territory, if you will. I'm just gonna grab all this crap. That does it for the Jeep. Head inside real quick and stash it. Then we're going to be ready to head out. The dry food cabinet's going to get the honey and the hot sauce, instant popcorn and jelly beans, ketchup and mac and cheese, and the maple syrup. The fridge is going to get the orange soda. And then I have some heavy dry food that I'm going to put in the storage room, or at least I'm going to try to. Yeah, this is starting to get to capacity in here too. Whatever, just put them on the floor for now. Cool. Now we're ready to head out. I would like to check my tire pressure on the Jeep first. So I'm going to grab my tire pump. And open up the vehicle menu for the Jeep, and I'm going to check the tire pressures. Each tire gets inflated to 35 psi, so that one's at 20, that one's at 22, that one's at 25. They're all at about equal pressure, but go ahead and inflate all the tires. This is going to ensure that the Jeep continues to handle well and doesn't have any weird issues with tires wearing out faster or anything like that. That took kind of a long time, so I'm gonna just do the front two for now. Do the back two another time. I can also see that the Jeep is starting to get damaged from my various collisions. The hood is at about half health and the windshield is at about 40% health. The doors, passenger doors, are also getting a little worn out from frequent zombie hits. So the first thing I'd like to do is fully reveal this field here. And that shouldn't take very long at all. I'm just gonna walk around, do a little foraging. I don't like having the map not revealed, especially if it's right near my base. Interesting, so I just found my first mushrooms in the game. There's a little green symbol on the mushrooms, which is actually a skull symbol. No idea why it's green. I don't know what these game designers were thinking making that symbol green, but that is the symbol that these mushrooms are poisonous. So I'm gonna just discard the mushrooms. I do get some XP though for finding them and discarding them. Okay, so I'm slowly eliminating the fog of war on the map. Looks like there's a couple of biters up ahead. We always like to eliminate biters from our surrounding environs whenever we can. Pull out the spiked baseball bat and go to town. Got 2 more biters up ahead. One interesting mechanic in this game is that the type of weapon that you use on the zombies, it will affect their clothing condition. So if I use a bladed weapon or any kind of pointy typed weapon, such as the bat with nails, it's going to cause the zombies' clothes to become damaged, and if I were to take the clothing off the zombie, it would have holes in it. If you use blunt weapons, that does not happen, although the zombies often will still spawn with clothes that are worn out. The blunt weapon will not cause any additional damage to the clothes, though. So these zombies that I'm fighting here should have a greater instance of hold-up clothes because I'm fighting them with this spiked baseball bat. The damage on this thing is nice. Okay, I'm just gonna walk to the edge of the field here. Got 3 more biters. I'll go ahead and shout so that I can draw in as many biters as I can. I am being careful about my exertion level, but this walk around session is almost at an end, and the exertion should cover, or should recover, when I'm sitting in the Jeep driving around. Yeah, because I'm sitting down, it's going to recover. Okay. Oh, there's more out here than I thought. Yikes. Now I gotta be careful. I'm gonna walk into the woods and try to lose them via line of sight in the woods. The majority of them will not follow me into the woods, or the majority of them will lose sight of me in the woods, rather. The zombies are not that smart. It's about time to head back to the Jeep. Yeah, which is right up ahead. Being in the forest is interesting in this game because the lines of sight are really bad in the forest, and the zombies can stay hidden. You know, they can be behind a tree, and you might not necessarily notice. Picked up some berries in the field. I'm gonna go ahead and eat them. Since I have the herbalist trait, or rather since I read the herbalist book, that's what allows me to tell whether mushrooms and berries are poisonous or not. All you have to do is watch for that green symbol. The green skull symbol means it's poisonous. Green. Like, come on, guys. The game designers really sat around a boardroom table and decided that the symbol for a poisonous food in the game is going to be a skull, but we're going to make it green. You know, the universal color of good and safe. It is pretty funny, though. This game definitely has lots of little quirks like that. Project Zomboid is in early access still, by the way. Not sure if I've mentioned that specifically at any point, but this game is still like a prototype game that's not fully made yet. So I've driven downtown. And there's a lot of biters, so I need to be really careful. I'm back at the Riparian restaurant. Oh man, look at all of them. Yeah, I think I'm gonna need to come back here when it's a little bit, when I'm a little bit better rested up. Man, there's just crowds of them everywhere. See if it's any better in the neighborhood here. Well, the spiked baseball bat was fun while it lasted, but I just broke it. I think this might be a manageable amount of zombies, or they might just keep on coming. I need to exercise my judgment here. Oh, that's a pretty nice... Oh, never mind. I was going to say it's a pretty nice utility van, but it's the passenger version. And as we know, the passenger utility van sucks because for some reason its engine is really underpowered. Bad acceleration and all that. Passenger version will haul a lot of stuff though, because it has 6 total seats. The driver's seat, which doesn't count. The front passenger seat, which you like to keep clear. But there are 4 other seats. Each one of those 4 others is 20. And then the trunk is like another 20-ish. So the six-person passenger van can haul like 100 worth of stuff. It's not terrible. I'm being kind of wishy-washy. I think if I find the key to this van, I'm gonna take it. Otherwise, I'm not gonna Not gonna bother with it. There's no key on the ground. It's in good condition. Engine quality is 51, which is not fantastic, but also not terrible. The old Comrade Dyatlov, not great, not terrible, 3.6. No car key inside of it. The glove box doesn't have anything useful. The trunk has fishing tackle. Also, the trunk capacity is 44, so that means 44 plus 80 is how much this thing can hold. 124. It's actually a lot of storage. So, despite me talking smack about the passenger van, I'm pretty impressed by the fact that it can hold 124 worth of spare encumbrance. So in conclusion, I'm gonna mark it on the map and come back for it when I get the ability to hotwire cars. So I drove from my new base to downtown. Real quick, let's look at what I explored out in the field. My base and my garage building are next to this giant rectangular field here. I'll have to make sure that there's not zombies in this field because they have a long line of sight and they can easily see me. But other than that, this field is pretty good for foraging, as is the oval-shaped field that my base is in. There's a hedgerow here, and then another field beyond that I haven't fully explored. And I think this whitish area here is all forest. It's just not revealed yet. This patch here is also probably forest that's not revealed. So I drove through downtown, and I'm now in this building here, next to the shopping center that's sort of in the neighborhood. Let's go ahead and disassemble this bed. I have a 3x multiplier on carpentry right now, which is quite good. Grab the plank and the nails. More beige curtains. I'm gonna go ahead and take those. I got a beige curtain and another beige curtain. Go ahead and stash those in my bag. Put the broken baseball bat in the bag as well. Stand by. And I'm back. Let's go ahead and check behind this door. I think it's a bathroom. No, it's a closet. Nothing good. Bookshelf with nothing good. That's definitely a bathroom. Refill the water bottle. Got some soap. Might as well take the soap. Gotta stay clean in the apocalypse. And then we have the kitchen. In the fridge we have lard. One of the most calorie-filled items in the entire game at over 4,000 calories per item. Always take the lard, always take the butter. We got some canned goods. I'll take the chili, leave the rest of it. Got more soap. can of potatoes, not good. Pot of rotten soup. And that's going to finish up this little house. Mark it off on the map with an X, and then go ahead and put a wrench symbol for the passenger van. And it is getting late. It is getting dark. These nights are... After the power goes out, it's pretty dark and dangerous to be out past like 10 p.m.-ish. So I'm just gonna head on back. Head on back to base. There are lots of zombos around, but I'm driving past them. Back at my cul-de-sac. I hear a car horn going off, but it's not in the game. It's actually in real life. Sounds just like the car horns do in the game, which is pretty funny. Go ahead and check my base environment for biters. I'm not seeing any. Cabbages don't need to be watered. Generator is at 33% fuel and 86% condition. Tomorrow, if I remember, I will probably refill the generator and repair it with some scrap electronics. I'm going to take some egg cartons, or at least one egg carton out of frozen, out of the freezer. Open her up. Stick them in the oven. They have to thaw out first. There's now not very much left in this base except for buckets of water, the generator, all the gas that I have for the generator, and some canned goods and some frozen food. Go ahead and take a gander at the map. Here's all that I've explored in Riverside. Got my new base. And then here's that little slice compared to the main map, which just showcases how huge this map is. Check my stats. 92 kilos with 1 down chevron. The down chevron is fine because I intentionally ate all of the high-calorie food that was perishable and gained a ton of weight. And now I have a nice long, month-ish of weight loss before I actually get into the underweight area. And by then I can easily start eating more of my stored up dry high calorie stuff. By then I'll have a vegetable garden and maybe some meat from trapping as well. So my favorite weapon is still crowbar. I've killed 863 zomboids and I've survived 28 days. Let's go ahead and drift off to sleep. Just woke up at 4:40 a.m. That's gonna wrap it up. Peace.